Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker podcast brought to you by Looking Glass Duck Club. I am Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver. And with us today,
yes, sir,
professional bass fisherman from Catawba, Kentucky, Mr. Matthew Robertson. Matthew, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, guys. I appreciate you having me.
Well, we're excited to have you. We were talking off air. You're our second fisherman, so this should be good. You're going to teach us a lot of stuff today, all your secrets.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. We'll let a few of them out of the bag.
Now, would you consider yourself a country boy or redneck?
Oh, yeah, 100% country boy redneck. Definitely cut from that cloth.
That's a good cloth to be cut from, because I think 90% of all the good people in our country are cut from that same cloth. I don't know shit about pro bass fishermen to begin in.
Yep.
How do you get in that game? Because not just like I can't just own me a boat and go to the lake and enter one of these tournaments, can I?
Yeah, you can get you a boat and enter a tournament, but whenever it comes to the top tier, like the Elite Series, no, you just can't buy a boat and jump in. So, man, there's basically two ways to get in, and that's through the Bass Nation, which is the kind of like the grassroots. Everyday working man can go there. It's a cheaper way to get there, a lot easier. Well, it's not easier, but cheaper way, and it's still a real hard way to get there. And you also have through the opens. It's your higher dollar entry fees. Each entry fee for the tournament's $1,800, so you're still playing some high stakes fishing, and you have to come in the top 3 in points in one of the 3 divisions, or they do an overall system if you fish all 3 divisions to get in, and so you're fishing against the best of the best in the country to try to make it to the Elite Series, which is the top tier, and yeah, man, once you get there, it's even more competitive.
So how many guys are in the upper tier of this? Because someone told me to fish on the pro bass circuit at the upper level where you're at is equivalent to being on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, there's 100 guys. Normally there's only 80, but with COVID last year, they didn't make a cut. They usually cut like 10 or 12. They didn't make that cut because of COVID, and so there's 100 guys fishing the Elite Series.
That's crazy. That's not many people.
Yeah.
Now,
there's a lot of fishermen out there.
Y'all just fished in Texas. Y'all fish at Lake Ray Roberts?
Yep.
When you were at Lake Ray Roberts, you come in on your boat and you pulled the Stone Cold Steve Austin and you smashed the bear cans down and guzzled them, right?
Oh yeah, buddy. We come out there and in a cut. No, normally in bass fishing, most of the guys are wearing long sleeve jerseys nowadays to, sun protection, got their sponsors on it. And dude, that's all fine, but I'm an old country boy. Whenever I'm not working, I'm a regular working guy. Whenever I ain't working, my ass is in a cutoff shirt all the time. I got an old blue UK cutoff. It's my favorite cutoff. And I thought, hell, man, I'm gonna wear me a cutoff jersey. So me and my wife literally went to Walmart and got the stuff, printed out the logos on this special paper, and we ironed it on a damn regular T-shirt. And, we whacked the sleeves off of it, and I done a little ripping and tearing, and that's how we rolled, man.
Is bass fishing, is it getting like a little stuffy, like with the guys and all their gear? And I mean, you seem like a regular guy, but you see some of these guys and they got their starch jeans and all, not starch jeans, but nice pants, and they got their shirt and all that stuff. But you just seem like a regular guy. Is bass fishing getting a little bit uppity almost?
I don't know if I'd call it uppity, but they definitely have dress code regulations. Like we're not allowed to wear blue jeans. I guess there's 1 or 2 that wear them. I don't know. They got some permission or whatever to wear them or whatnot. But you have to get your jerseys approved, basically, and that's they don't want you having no holes in your clothes or anything. Just they're calling it, being professional.
Yeah. Well,
Just put it that
if
way.
you're wanting, I guess if you're wanting a sport to go kind of legit and more mainstream, you want your athletes or participants to look a certain way. You don't want somebody
Yeah.
with their underwear, holes in their underwear or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I think you need to be held to a standard, but then again, you got to remember who the fishermen are in the, in the country. It's us old country folks, regular folks that, whenever we get off work, we don't give a damn, man. We're going to wear cut off shorts. We're going to go drink beer. We're going to go fishing. We're going to go hunting. We're going to go shoot some ducks and geese, go bow fishing. We'll do whatever the hell we want,
See, y'all are smart then. So you've got it down. That's what country music and the NFL's forgotten. They've forgotten who their people are that pay their bills.
That's right.
So I'm glad to see that. Now, y'all have more fucking sponsors than NASCAR does. I've never seen people with more patches than you guys get.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them got a lot, man. Me, I'm kind of, I don't have as many sponsors as everybody else, and it just depends on I guess what level of bass fishing you look at. There's a lot of guys I'm gonna call the more local scene. I think we call them patch pirates, and yeah, though they're wearing logos for nothing. Want to look good. They want to be like a professional, and you know what? More power to them. I guess they can do whatever the hell they want. So, but yeah, lot of logos, man. They're everywhere.
What's it like fishing with a cameraman? Does that make it more difficult, or do you not like? It's no big deal.
Oh, it's so most people I think it'd be all right for, but it makes it for me the way I cuss, carry on, the stuff I talk about. Like I gave them fair warning. I told them, I said, listen, guys, if you're gonna put a camera in my boat, you need about a 2-minute delay. I shouldn't be responsible for anything under for 2 minutes. You should be able to. You're gonna need it. Yeah, because I like to carry on. I ain't gonna. You know what everybody likes to carry on about.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it's honestly, it's tough on me. Honestly, I don't watch it, but it's probably going to bite me one day.
So do they give you fair warning? Like, okay, Matthew, that we're going live. Like there's going to be a live feed here in about 10 seconds.
Yeah. So the camera guys are great. My camera guy this past week, EK, he's great. They try to warn you, like they're like, okay, we're going live, like clean it up, and I'm like, all right, we're good then. But twice it's happened to me that I didn't know we were live, and I had not minor slip ups. That's not big slip ups, but minor slip ups. So you don't know you're live. The camera guys don't always know you're live, but whenever they do know you're live, they try to give you warning.
If they didn't cut out anything, it would probably be more TV friendly anyways for the audience. They'd enjoy it more. Because that's what they're used to. That's why our podcast is so successful, because we don't cut out shit. And that's what people want to hear, because that's why they talk. Like when you go to this tournament, do you fish by yourself, or is there another guy with you in the boat that's fishing?
No, man. On the Bassmaster Elite Series, we're fishing by ourselves. We have a marshal if we don't have a camera, we have what they call a marshal in the boat, and basically that's just a guy who rides around with you all day, and they're fans of the sport. They're wanting to learn and everything. And so if you want to learn about fishing, professional fishing, that's a good thing to get into. You can check it out on Bassmaster.com, and also they're kind of there to somewhat police us, make sure we ain't breaking no big rules or anything. And we also have to run a GoPro. I don't like it, but we run a GoPro all day, just so in case there are any conflicts or they want to review any footage, they can do so.
Have you ever had one of these marshals that was real stick in your ass that was there?
I wouldn't say a stick in my ass, but I'm going to tell you something. there's some marshals that get on my damn nerves. Like you're out there. Listen, I talk to my marshals. I interact with them because I like it to break up the day a little bit, and it helps me fishing. But like there's times whenever I just need some quiet, and man, I've had one or two marshals that I'm telling you, like usually if you don't want them to talk to you a bunch, you just kind of, not respond to them quite as much, and okay, they'll kind of get how you need it so you can get your mind. You got to be in the right state of mind, and it's not like I mean to be an asshole, but I got to get in the right mind frame to do my job, and man, I've had one or two, buddy. They're talkers. Like they're telling. I swear they're telling stories to themselves. But it's all. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. But for the most part, man, all the marshals are great. Get along with most of them, and met a lot of great guys through the marshal program.
Where do y'all? How often do y'all fish? Y'all fish every weekend?
Man, this year we pretty much fished every other week. It seems like the way the schedule is, but we have 9. We have 10 tournaments a year.
So
and that's on the Elite Series. Now in the Bassmaster Opens, they'll have 9. You can go fish 9 other, not as high of a payout, but we can also fish the Bass Opens, and that's, there's 9 of those. But as for just for the Elite Series, there's 10.
What?
And that's counting the Classic.
What's the tournament? What's it pay to win one of the big ones?
If you win an Elite Series, first place is $100,000. The Bassmaster Classic last week on Ray Roberts, Hank Cherry won $300,000.
God Almighty,
Lord!
And that, $300,000, and that's not counting the contingency money and all the stuff that comes along with the Bassmaster Classic special. They say whenever you win the Classic, it's like $1 million payday by the time everything's said and done.
Woo!
So when you win these big ones, you're getting some big time sponsor dollars also.
Oh yeah, like companies like Triton give bonus money. If you have all the contingency money, man, yeah, you're gonna win 120 to 150,000.
I'd buy a lot of gas station burritos. I can tell you that much right now. Have you?
A lot of Taco Bell.
Do you have to? Do you have to pay for anything anymore?
Yeah, man, I do. So it basically depends on who you are. If you're new coming into the sport, I was pretty fortunate with obtaining a few sponsors to help me out and represent them coming into it. But yeah, I mean, I had the majority of my entry fees and expenses paid. To fish the Elite Series, the entry fees, they're $5,000 a piece. There's 9 events, 9 Elite Series events plus the Classic. You don't have to pay an entry fee for the Classics. You're talking about $45,000 worth of entry fees on top of travel expense, fishing, tackle, eats, gas, all of it, So you're talking 70. It'll take you $70,000 probably.
And a lot of people don't think that. They just think, you're fishing this great place every week, but they don't think what it costs to get there. So you said something interesting earlier. You said there's some times that you need the quiet because you got to think. When is it? Is there a certain time before the tournament starts that you want quiet? Is it if the fish aren't biting, you need some quiet to think? Like, when is it that you need the guy to shut up?
Man, I don't think I can't really say there's an exact time. Out there on the water, it's kind of like a gut feeling on timing as far as that goes. Mm-hmm. Like, say it's really tough and you're not having a real good day. Sometimes the talking takes your mind off that just for a split second, kind of ease your nerves a little bit, and that lets you get back to what you're doing better. And then there's times like last weekend, I was doing decent, and just say, for instance, if a marshal was talking a lot, or co-angler or whatever, like you need one or two more good ones to really have a shot at it, and you're like, all right, I need to focus, need one or two more big bites to really do something, and it's basically gut feeling, not really timing in particular.
Yeah. So, do you have any prior knowledge to the lakes that you fish? Like, do they give you a time to like scout it, or how
you pre-fish?
You get days to pre-fish?
Yeah, so basically the way it goes is they release the schedule, and once the schedule's released, you're not allowed to get any information that's not public information. Like on Ray Roberts, if you know something about Ray Roberts, I could not call you and get information from you, and you couldn't deliver information to me. But anything public knowledge, like say there's an article on the internet, I can obtain that. And up to 30 days before a tournament, we can be on the water looking at it, scouting, checking stuff out, seeing what's where and what's not.
Can you fish it also though, or just have to be on there? Are you allowed to fish?
No, we can fish and do whatever we want up until that 30-day time period before.
So 30 days is the cutoff. 30 days before you cannot be on that body of water.
Yep, until official practice.
Now, what about could you read like a fishing forum on a place? If somebody's like commenting like, "Hey, in this cove or whatever," like they're biting all the time. That's public knowledge.
Yeah, if it's on a public forum, you're good to go.
But so who's monitoring that? Is there an organization? Like, what if somebody like DM'd you? It was like, hey, this is the place to go. Like, is there anybody looking at your messages?
You have, first and foremost, you have to tell them you can't get any information.
Right.
And also there's polygraphs given. And in the polygraphs, they ask specific questions on obtaining information after the cutoff. And it's a vigorous polygraph that they give. So that's one of the things that's done to kind of police it. And
see, that would suck because if somebody messages me and I look at it and it's telling me where the fucking fish are, and like I just look at it and I don't want it.
And they kind of put you in jeopardy.
Yeah, and then they ask me in the polygraph, I'm gonna flunk that fucker.
You'd flunk anyways because you're a fucking nervous person.
I'm a nervous guy.
Yeah, if you look at it and if I look at something and I read and somebody's starting to give me, you can kind of foresee it. Stop reading it. Text them or respond or whatever. Hey, man, I appreciate it, but I'm not allowed to get any info on the lake, and pretty much let her go.
Yeah.
It's a lot of integrity in the sport of bass fishing.
And if with integrity comes cheating, and I don't know how the hell anybody can cheat if there's fucking marshal in the boat with you. How do people? Cheat?
Man, I'll be honest with you. As far as the Elite Series go, I have to give them this. I don't think there's a whole lot of cheating goes on, because with the extra person in the boat, with the cameras on us, with the GoPro, it's policed pretty hard.
Yeah, they've taken out any chance of cheating.
They've
pretty much limited the way you could cheat. I don't know how you could cheat in a bass fishing tournament anyways. I mean, what are you going to do, catch a fish and tie it up to a tree somewhere?
Yeah, they pretty much, that's definitely not going on. I can tell you that.
I bet you have had to fish in some shitty-ass weather in this tournament.
Oh, dude. Yeah. We have. This past weekend on Ray Roberts, we had a delay for 2 hours the second day because of some real bad storms. It was some shitty weather, dude. Like, it was blowing a lot of lightning. It wasn't safe conditions to be out there. I would have fished through it just because I'm a dumbass. But lightning will hit 100 yards from me, and I'll be still have my rod pointed up in the air. So, I mean, but in truth be told, Bass almost always makes the right decision. Safety first. Make sure nobody's out there getting struck by lightning or whatnot.
So I want to go back to the free stuff. We have a good podcast. We get a lot of gifts given to us, a lot of companies sponsor and shit. You don't have to buy any bait and tackle, do you?
So it just depends. Like, my sponsors take care of me pretty well, but I think buying tackle as a fisherman, I gotta tell you, I think it's like an addictive trait to bass fishermen. And I think, dude, you couldn't tell me it's not the same with hunting. Like, yeah, you get calls given to you, but then you know, you're out and about and you see us call you, like, and you're like, damn, I'm just gonna $199. I've been given yeah, I'm just gonna buy it, you know. So, like, I buy fishing tackle, you know, even though you know, I get a lot of getting taken care of by the sponsors. It's just part of it, man. It's what we like to do.
Do you have guys fighting over giving you bass boats? Has that happened yet?
No, not yet. I got a guy who's had my back since the beginning, and I wouldn't even be where I'm at because of him. And I run a boat for him, and if I did anything else with anybody else, I'd have to have his blessing first because of how much he's done for
Loyalty
me.
is something you don't find very much. I respect you for that. That's a
yeah,
great
I appreciate it.
So you live in Kentucky, which means you must be a fucking basketball fan.
Yeah.
Was it tough this year with y'all not having? Y'all didn't have a basketball team much this year, did you?
No, it's about the first time ever we freaking sucked worse than sucking. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen this coming fall, but I'll tell you what, he ain't going to have Kyler Perry ain't going to have a job if it happens again, I don't think.
Duke and Kentucky, neither one made the tournament, did they?
No.
First time ever, I think, both of them.
Yeah, and like I said, another year, and it ain't going to look pretty, bud. Kentucky fans don't accept that no matter what. I don't care what the situation is, one and done. Kentucky fans won't accept a losing program.
No, Kentucky basketball is up there with any program when it comes to fans, you know. Texas high school football, Kentucky college basketball is the whole thing.
Yeah. Now, if Louisville had that record, we'd be all right. We ain't worried about that. But UK basketball, that's a no-go.
UK, y'all had the hefty lefty, too, in football, didn't you?
Yes. They
did. Yeah.
So how did you fish for a living? How often do you fish a week? How many days a week do you fish?
Man, I'll be honest with you. Like, before I actually made it to the Elite Series, man, I'd say on average I fish 4 or 5 days a week. And even that may have been after I got off work and go out till dark, you know. But now, this year I fished a lot because of the schedule, man. I've fished at least 5-6 days a week this year. And, man, I'll be honest with you. We have a 3-week break, and I'm ready for a short break, I got to tell you. My ass is wore out from this year.
You know, everybody listening to you that loves to fish is thinking, fuck that sumbitch. He's fucking wore out from fishing. I'm work out from work just wanting to go fishing. But it's a job.
Buddy.
What you do for a living, it's a different deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I work for dude. I live in a trailer park. I'm still your regular working guy. Like, I'm not one of these guys that had a silver spoon in their mouth. So I know I've worked for every damn thing I got. This trailer I'm living in, you wouldn't believe it. I paid $4,400 for it, and the floor, the kitchen needed a little work, the bedroom needed a little work. Stuck another $2,000 into it, and so I got $6,500 in my damn trailer. And
it's paid for, though.
Living in a trailer park, so everybody thinks it's all glory. But I've made sacrifices in certain parts of my life. And, dude, I was a machinist for 12 years. And, you know, actually tool and die maker. And about 3 years ago, I started my own little pressure washing company. I know it sounds crazy.
No.
But I quit machining, started pressure washing. And yeah, man, I know what the hard work is like. I get in the dirt and the grind my whole damn life, and whenever you're gone traveling, the majority of the year, you're ready to be home for a few days.
Yeah.
But we'll be ready to roll at the end of the month.
That's why your fans like you so much, because they can relate to you.
Yeah.
That's right. Are y'all inundated in the waterfowl hunting business? We are getting a lot of the rich kids whose parents are buying them places and stuff. Is that happening on the bass tour also?
Not really. I see a lot of younger kids. Like whenever I was young, I started fishing out of a 16-foot bass tracker with a 45 Mercury on it, little aluminum boat. And I will tell you, I see a lot of young people out there in brand new $80,000-$90,000 boats. And man, I can't really say nothing about it because if I was in that situation, I'd be in the boat too. I guess, more power to them. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'd be the same fucking way. I would have made a great rich spoiled kid.
Had that whenever I was that
Fuck
age.
yeah, I'd have been a rich spoiled little asshole if I could have been. I grew up.
Oh, buddy, I would have been too. Don't worry.
Like, I grew up in a trailer park poor as fuck. I was always jealous of them kids, but I always wanted to be one of them.
Oh yeah.
So, where's your next fishing trip at? Where's y'all's next schedule at?
Our next one is up in Plattsburgh, New York, on Champlain, and then practice starts the 4th of July of all times, and so we'll be gone for a holiday, and then literally back-to-back weeks we'll go to the St. Lawrence River, 2 big smallmouth fisheries. It's gonna be fun. Go up there, catch some big smallies, make hopefully cash some checks and make some money.
That's some high dollar rent places you're going to too.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, we try to slum it a little bit. We try to go cheap.
It's hard to go cheap up there.
We got this place we're staying in, a couple little shacks about the size of a closet.
That's a beautiful area up there too. Have you fished up there before?
I haven't fished up there, but I have went a little further. I got a good buddy that lives in Maine. I've went up there and fished with him, and I'm gonna tell you, Maine's probably the best bass fishing I've ever been to in the country. Don't catch giants, but 3 to 5 pounders, you catch a lot of them, and it's beautiful country up that way.
That's the prettiest state. I think that's the prettiest place in the country also. I love the East Coast.
Yeah.
Now, when you get this $300,000 or this $1 million check, because it's going to happen, I can feel it. Are we leaving the trailer, or are we just putting that? We can stay in the trailer and just sock away some money?
Nah, bud, we ain't getting rid of the trailer. We bought 9 acres out the road here about 10 minutes, probably about 8-9 months ago, and his old cattle field and stuff had all the utilities put in, and I'm moving the damn trailer I'm moving out of the trailer park, but I'm taking my damn trailer with me. And some new owners bought the trailer park, and they're kind of a bunch of dicks.
Uh-oh.
So I don't like them, so we're getting the hell out of here. And they're just going to do that. Like my old lady was talking about, if I won last week, she's like, yeah, if you win, we're going to, we might get a double wide. I said, hell no, if we win, we're going to build a damn trailer park. Shit.
Do you have some meth heads that live by you?
No, dude, actually, whenever I call it a trailer park, and it is a trailer park, you think about a standard trailer park like that, but what it is, it's down here by Kentucky Lake, and it's a bunch of older guys that come down here. The majority of them come down here on the weekend and fish. It's kind of like getaway trailers, and they got little garages on the side of them to put their boats in. It's a really nice, quiet neighborhood.
It's a retirement deal.
Yeah, it is. It really is like a retirement deal.
What are these new owners doing that you don't like?
There's a pain in the ass, man. I don't want to get into it, but they fucking...
They suck.
Yeah, let's just say we 100% don't see eye to eye. Yeah.
So when did you know, when did you think, hey, I got a shot at doing this for a living?
Man, locally, I was making some good money fishing tournaments, and we have that Asian carp problem up here with all the Asian carp taking over the waters, and the fishing was kind of getting bad, and a lot of the local tournaments left. So I was like, man, if I'm ever going to make a run at this is probably the time. Tournaments are leaving. So I fished the Bass Opens for 2 years, and probably 2 years ago is whenever I decided, hey, I'm going to make a run at this and see what happens.
I want to talk to you as like if I was your manager, I'd say. You had a great opportunity when you bashed that beer. What kind of beer was that you bashed when you were drinking it?
Dude, I got to tell you, it really wasn't beer. I wanted to use beer, but it was damn water. And I'm going to tell you why I was going to use beer, but I feel like they'd have disqualified me because we have a rule that says you cannot drink, you can't consume alcohol during competition. And under a technicality, even though we drove to the Coliseum to weigh in and everything, the event is not over until after we weigh the fish.
A smart move on your part then. Very smart.
I couldn't weigh the fish. And if I'd have drank, even though it's 30 seconds before, I'd have got disqualified for the alcohol consumption.
That was very smart. But man, that would have been a great plug to try to get one of them to sponsor you right there.
Oh, yeah. Man, I actually have a whiskey sponsor, 10 Cup Whiskey, dude. It's the official whiskey of bass fishing, and it's some good shit, dude. It really is. Now, I'll tell you what I'll do. Y'all give me your address, and I'll send you a bottle of it to try.
We'll text you when we get off of here.
We'll definitely do that. So, do you kind of know what the standings are, or do you not know anything until the weigh-ins, like when you're out there on the water?
Yeah. Yeah, while you're out there on the water, you don't know anything. Like it's the Classic's only a 3-day event, and the rest of the events are 4 days. And while you're on the water, you don't have a clue how anybody else is doing. It's kind of different than other sports because normally you know the score of the other person, whereas you don't know till the end of the day, till it's over where you sit.
So what
kind of nerve-wracking.
What's your strategy? Just get as many, like, do you have like a certain number that you try to achieve each day?
Yeah, so we have a 5-fish limit, and normally depending on the fishery you go to, there'll be a size limit, like a minimum of 12 inches or 14 inches or 15 inches. And you weigh your 5 biggest bass over that size limit, and you kind of gauge. Whenever you go to certain fisheries, you can kind of gauge how much weight you're going to be. Like whenever we're at Lake Fork in Texas, the weights are going to be much higher. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to catch 25 pounds a day or 25 to 30 pounds a day. As Ray Roberts, with the flooded water and the fishing wasn't the greatest, you're talking 15 to 18 pounds a day to win.
So it's a 5-fish limit. So once you catch your 5 fish, which I'm assuming you do some days, then you start culling out the smaller ones and putting them back.
Yeah. You cull them out. Like you catch one, and right whenever you catch that 6th one, you go back there and you have to cull out, throw out your smallest, put that one in there. And if you put that 6th one in there and it's happened more than you know, you make a cast with 6 fish in the live well, it's a 2-pound penalty, which is a hefty penalty.
Really? That 2 pounds can make all the difference in the world.
There was I know one in particular. I know the boy. He was fishing the Bass Open 2 years ago. We was on the Arkansas River, and he would have won if it wasn't for that penalty on the final day.
Wow.
Like I'm talking, bro, would have went to the Classic and everything, which is the biggest stage in bass fishing.
Okay, I got a dumb question for you. Someone that's never been to a bass tournament. What do you do when y'all are fishing at these big tournaments and you get some fucking asshole that comes up in a boat and tries to get up next to you? Somebody that's not in the tournament, just somebody on the lake. That's a good answer coming here.
It depends on who you are and how you react. If they pull up there, my buddy Corey Johnson from Canada, he's gonna run his mouth and run them off. He's gonna try to fight them. It just depends on the situation. If it's somebody pulls up next to me fishing that's not in a tournament and everything, then I'll probably have a few words with them. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, we'll have a little hustle.
Because I've been trout fishing in the Laguna Madre off the coast of Texas, and them guides get into it because they're fishing, and then some fucker parks and floats right up by you, you know, and they start bitching at each other, and then the clients start bitching at each other. So I was wondering, because it's a public water, you really can't keep nobody from doing that. But
yeah, you can't. But I have to tell you, for the most part, everybody's pretty respectful. They know that we're only there for 3 or 4 days, and for the most part, they're pretty respectful on letting us have the water. I've pulled up to places and wanted to fish a stretch, and there's a local there, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, come in, go ahead and fish, and I'll get out of your way." So I got to say, they're pretty respectful on that avenue, and we appreciate the hell out of it.
Now, you said you're going to fish the St. Lawrence River when you're up in, I guess, Toronto, Montreal, wherever the hell y'all are going to be at. When y'all get up there, what happens when you catch pike and walleye when you're bass fishing?
Yeah, man, it happens. I caught a big-ass flathead down there at Lake Fork during the tournament. Man, you just throw them back like, I almost kept that flathead down there at Lake Fork because the damn redneck in me is like, here's a good one, too. It's about 15-pounder. I thought, damn, me and Seth can eat on this thing tonight. I was like, but damn, if I throw it in there, they disqualify my ass for having a trash fish in there. But
trash fish.
Yeah, man, especially a flathead because they're the best eating, you know.
So I bet at first when you caught it, you hung on to a big sumbitch, you thought.
Oh, yeah, I flipped in this big-ass standing timber. Hey, dude. I had like 5 minutes to go. My camera guy, we was kind of starting to be done with the live feed and all that. And he was like, we'd listened to some Tool and stuff before the tournament during the delay. He's like, all right, man, it's time to jam out and make this happen. So he put on some Tool, that Invincible song. And it got about 3 bars into the solo. And I flipped into this tree and I fucking jacked one. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is a giant. And I fucking get up and it's a fucking catfish. I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. Of all times, like, he was like, oh, I thought that was fixing to be your new walkout song. I was like, hell, me too, bud. Like, I done thought I caught a 10-pounder.
What's the biggest fish you've caught ever?
Man, I've caught a 62-pound catfish as far as freshwater goes. Bass fishing. Biggest bass I ever caught was 10 even.
Do you ever do the noodling, the catfish noodling?
No, I ain't that fucking stupid.
I see those.
I'm not sticking my hand up under a damn stump or nothing to fucking grab nothing.
Have you seen the chick Hannah that does that, Hannah Barron?
Yeah, I see a bunch of chicks holding the catfish with the noodles. So hot, they're hotter than shit.
They are. Yeah, she's.
I mean, everyone I see is good looking. So yeah, I look at the girls holding the catfish.
I mean, a damn snapping turtle could be in there. I mean, hell, a fucking water moccasin, you don't know.
Buddy, I'm telling you, I've heard turtles being in there. You know, I don't want no part of that.
Have you ever had a snake come in your boat with you?
Yeah, at night, had one come in the boat with me, scared the shit out of me.
Oh.
Me and actually, the other evening, me and my buddy Seth was pulled in, and a damn snake come out of my boat and about stepped on the damn thing, and he whacked its head off with a shovel. I didn't know what type of snake it was, but damn.
No, that catfish noodling. I saw one video of her. She comes up, and I don't know. She's got this big fucking fish. She's like, yeah, it was spinning with me under in the hole, and I had to do this and that. And I'm like, fuck a bunch of that. I can't hold my breath that long. So if I've got a 60-pound catfish,
she's in a bikini though. What?
Hannah's a good-looking gal.
I watched it to the end.
You watched it till the end.
I watched it to
make
the end.
sure, make sure she survives.
I was hoping she'd get up in the boat a little bit higher. You know, that water's like
real nice catfish. Huh?
That's all I was looking at was the catfish. I don't know what she was wearing, but she's got a bigger set of balls than me because I'm not doing that in that murky ass water.
Yeah, me neither, bud. You talk about big fish. I know it's stupid, but man, I got the old it's called Old Hickory Lake in Tennessee. It's on the TV. It's on the Army Corps Engineer system. I got the lake record spotted bass for that place. A 5.2.
5.2.
Now, what did? How often do you catch a trash fish like you did the other day? Do y'all catch many crappie and sand bass?
No, man, we catch a lot of. If we go to a lake with stripes, y'all call them sand bass, which cracks me the hell up. But the people from up north around Minnesota make fun of me because I call everything a stripe with stripes on it. But yeah, man, catch a lot of stripes, but for the most part, not too many catfish or anything like that.
What happens if you catch a smallmouth when you're fishing? You're in a bass. Can smallmouth count also?
Yeah, yeah. And, smallmouth, spotted bass, and largemouth we can weigh in.
But a walleye or a pike, you got to kick out.
Yeah, yeah. Walleye, pike, catfish. If it's not a smallmouth, largemouth, or spot, and there's there's a couple places in Florida they got what they call shoal bass. Really, really weird looking bass, but yeah, pretty much just the 3 species of bass.
Have you caught a peacock bass ever?
I have not. It's on my bucket list.
That's a fighting son of a bitch.
Yeah, the guy, one of my main sponsors, he'd go to Brazil every year, and he tells me stories about, he'd always tip the guy. They'd give the guy a couple $100, and he said they drive 2-3 hours out into the jungle in the little John boat, and he said, dude, it's unreal catching 20-pound peacocks.
Fucking mosquitoes will fuck your ass over down there and everything else, though. That's a tough trip.
My ass ain't going down there.
Is that the only place that you can catch those, though?
No, it's all over the Amazon rainforest, and they got them in Florida and Cuba.
You can catch them in Florida.
Yeah, you can.
Cuba's got a lot of them, too.
Yeah, you're not going to catch the great big peacocks in Florida, but you can go down there and catch decent-sized 7-pound peacocks or so down there in Florida, around the Tampa area.
So you don't have to go to Brazil to catch a peacock. You can just go to Florida. It's not going to be as big, but...
Yeah, go to Florida if you want to catch a peacock.
Yeah, fuck Brazil.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to end up being a big star. You got the personality that America likes. Just waiting. Someone's going to snag you up when you're going to have a big endorsement deal eventually. You might be the new Brett Favre doing Wrangler jean commercials one day.
Yeah, I'd go for that. Wrangler needs to give me a shout. I need the damn jean sponsor so I can start wearing some jeans out there.
Well, you passed it up when you didn't slap 2 Coors Lights over your head and didn't drink them. Just slap them together up there.
I know, buddy. I know. I done shit the bed on that one.
So the hair, did you have that whenever you came into this, or did you grow that out over the course of your career?
Nah, man, I've had it for about 3 years now. Yeah, I got the full-blown mullet, And, that fucking good-looking blonde hair is all natural.
That's all natural. That's no bottle, right?
Yeah, all natural. If the sun bleaches are out pretty good.
You got the best hair on the circuit?
Buddy, I'm going to tell you something. Women, if you went off of what women would pay for hair, you damn right. But there's a couple other guys got some good damn hair, Kind of pisses me off.
Do y'all have women fishing on the tour?
No, man, no women fishing the Elite Series, but there are a couple women fishing the Bass Opens. There's one fishing there. There's kayak bass fishing, and there's girl Christine Fisher. She's a freaking gangster fisherman. We've told her she needs to get a boat and try to make it. And she's fishing as a co-angler in the Opens, where you fish out of the back of the boat, and she's doing really well. But she's a straight up gangster fisherman, buddy.
Yeah. Now, if you've had this hair for 3 years, you beat the trend. Like, you set the trend of the mullet, because now everybody's got one. And it's just got popular in the last year. You were a trendsetter with it.
Yeah, man. I'd say I was at the beginning of the trend. I don't really consider myself a trendsetter, except for, all the ladies falling in love. But other than that, yeah, man, I had her a little early on.
You were an early adopter, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
So how, I missed the part, how could you potentially cheat? Like, you can't stuff like lead in it or anything like that. Like that would be a dead giveaway.
No.
It's impossible.
Man, they pretty got it. Like, the only way you could really cheat is if you got information during the cutoff. That's the only biggest flaw. Is there so much integrity that comes in with that, even though they polygraph you. That they do polygraph you, and I think that makes anglers have more integrity whenever it comes down to it, in my opinion.
Do you get nervous?
I think it's
when you have to take a polygraph? I'm a nervous person, so that would bother me, knowing that I got a polygraph looming over my head.
Dude, I've taken 11 polygraphs. And it doesn't bother me. Look, it didn't bother me the first time, and it didn't bother me the last time. I have 2 fishing partners. One does concrete, and the other one's a cop. And I always take the polygraphs for everything. No big deal. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll sit there, like, I remember one time this dude was giving me a polygraph, and he was like, all right, I want you to lie on the odd number questions and tell the truth on the evens. I'd lie on the odd numbers. He's like, I told you to lie. I said, God dang, dude, I am lying. I can't help that your damn machine can't tell if I'm fucking lying or not. Shit.
All right.
And, but my buddy who's a cop, man, they normally just one of you go take it. Well, they picked which one of you took it, so it was they picked him to go take it. And I kind of made fun of him, and he was shaking, buddy. Like, he was nervous. I said, dude, you're a freaking cop. How the hell are you nervous about this?
Did a lot of sketchy shit.
And he's like, I don't see how you do this and don't care. I was like, dude, I'd go take it. You better take your fucking ass up there. But it was
my last question for you. I'm trying to think what the fuck it was. I just forgot what the hell I was going to ask him. I had a good one, too. Oh, I know what it is. Do you think anyone will ever beat the world record bass? It's been there forever.
In the United States, no. It used to, whenever they caught all those big bass out of California, they were stocking trout, and trout grow the biggest bass in the world. And they stopped stocking trout for a long time, and now they're back to stocking trout, but it's not the amount of trout that they were, so they're not able to grow those giant bass. And if you see the world record broke, it'll be out of Japan.
A lot of big bass lakes there.
Yeah, and if there's a lot of big bass in Cuba too, but if you see another world record, it'll probably come out of Japan.
What is the world record?
In the near future, you know, they'd have to do a lot of work to the California lakes to get those giant bass.
The world record's what, 23 pounds, 23.4 or something?
Yeah, something like that. It's Japanese bass.
Yeah, the record in America was like in 1940s, wasn't it? Out of Florida.
Yeah. Been around for a long time. It's 22 something, I believe. I can't remember the number.
That's $1 million fish if you ever catch that thing.
Oh, God, could you imagine? I couldn't imagine a bass
I'd be
like
banging
that.
fucking kegs of Coors Light over my head.
Oh, God, I would too, buddy. We'd be partying like no other. Go to Vegas, man. Bunch of strippers.
Well, Matt, if you ever get out in Texas and you want to come do hunting, we'd love to have you come out and be our guest someday.
Buddy, we could do that. I love shooting. Y'all, what do y'all like? What do y'all usually shooting out
we're going to
there?
shoot your puddle ducks, speckle bellies, and Canada geese.
Dude, I'm a Canada goose freak. I love
you
them.
come out and see us this winter, then. You're always welcome out here.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
We thank you for being on here with us. We wish you the best, and thank you very much for being here with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it, fellas.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a funny sumbitch right there.
Yeah, he is. That is funny. I know absolutely nothing about bass fishing, and it's a lot of money in it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't realize it was that
big
much.
Sport.
$300K, $1 million. Phew. Could you imagine?
Oh yeah, it'd be a great weekend of fishing.
I wonder if the big boys are like. I wonder if it's all the same winners.
I'm sure it's the same. Yeah, it's a elite series. It's only got the same guys. It's like the golf tournament.
I understand, but I wonder if it's the same guy winning it every time.
Oh, I doubt that.
You doubt that?
I bet it's a very competitive deal.
Yeah.
But on our Lord, he's got a great personality. He's perfect for this.
Yeah, he does.
And I'm telling you, if he could have busted some beers over his head, he was smart for that. I wouldn't have thought about that.
Getting DQ.
Oh, he would have gotten big time though. He'd be on every fucking Coors Light or Bud Light or whoever commercial fishing deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank y'all for listening to us. God bless y'all, and have a great week.
Go check out all of our great sponsors. Check out Gundog Outdoors. Check out Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Dirty Duck Coffee, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, Eyesight Drone Service, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters, Goose Creek Retrievers, and Bangtail Whiskey.